Morning to you, gang. It's the second day of autumn, the meteorological autumn. I don't know what that means, the meteorological autumn. Is there another autumn then? I don't get it. Meteorological autumn. It looks, but the way you say that, it sounds like there should be another autumn, perhaps called something else, like the normal autumn or the British autumn. I don't know. But good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Wednesday, the 2nd of September 2020. Welcome along to the Chapel Hill Marina and this morning's United Kingdom talk. Hope you're well today. All right. Well, I had the toilet gurgling noise again last night. So I've just, I couldn't get hold of Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans in the entire world. I've had to leave a little message on the answer phone this morning. I had gurgling drains last night. Started last night. I noticed it while I was sitting down watching another episode of The Fall. Are you watching that on Netflix? It's like a police type, detective type thing with the fantastic Gillian Anderson, isn't it? You know, the girl from the X Factor. She's in it. It's just really very good. And I thought, what's that? There's no noise in it. I knew what it was straight away because we've had it before. It sounds like the toilet is about to explode. Seriously, that's how it sounds. And then you go out there and look, and the water in the toilet is moving up and down. Oh my God! Any moment now, there's going to be a spout of sewage coming out of my toilet. So that was doing it. It's not that loud. You close the door, you can't really hear it. But there's a slight odour as well coming out of the drains, which I dread to think what that is. Anyway, that was last night. I turned on the telly this morning. First of all, I was watching BBC Breakfast. I think we're still talking about the school children and if it's going to be dangerous for them at all or not to go back to school and what have you. A lot of them have done so already. But then Piers Morgan, he goes on and on about the government not wanting to go on there because they won't go on with him anymore. He's so blooming rude and bolshy about everything, they won't even go on the programme anymore. And apparently it's 100 and, what did he say? 126 or 127 or 128 days since the government refused to go on Good Morning Britain anymore. But they had this clip. Someone has sent in a clip of Matt Hancock. You know, he's in charge of something. Is he one of the cabinet? He's the one with the bald head. He comes across as all right, you know. But someone sent in a video of him doing karaoke. Oh my God, it's hilarious. And of course, Piers Morgan's laying into it, isn't he? And Matt Hancock is singing Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. You know that one? Don't stop me now, la 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 la. And there's a little lady with glasses on the stage with him at the same time. And she did what is one of the annoying things about karaoke is when someone's singing and then they feel it necessary to go round and start shoving the mic into other people's mouths. What's all that about? Well, do you want to sing the song or not? Anyway, this old bag was doing this to people at the front there. And then she tried to join in with Matt Hancock and he kind of pushed her away. I thought, good. Don't stop me now. But he weren't like standing there looking bored singing this. He was really going for it. Arms waving all over the place, dancing on the stage. Absolutely fantastic. And whereas Piers Morgan sitting there taking the mick out of it, I think that makes them look normal. Don't you? I think it makes them look normal to have films and little videos of them doing that sort of thing. With the karaoke, I'd love to see the rest of them. Can you imagine? I wonder what Jeremy Corbyn would be would be singing at a karaoke, all by myself, perhaps. You know, all by myself. You could have Rishi, King of the Eat Outs, Rishi. He could be singing Money, Money, Money by ABBA, couldn't he? Money, 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 must be funny, in a rich man's world. That one. What would Boris Johnson sing? I don't know what he'd sing. No, I'm not sure what Boris would sing. Theresa May? What would Theresa May sing? I thought it was great, actually. It was hilarious. But rather than put me off them, it makes me like them more when you see them doing ordinary things like that. Do you not think so? Anyway, that was Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan and him and Susanna. I joined it at the end of... I can't remember. He'd obviously said something, and she said something like, you shouldn't swear on it. He said, I did... Oh, you need to apologise. And he's like, well, what am I apologising for? What have I done wrong? And I don't know what was going on there, but I missed that little bit. I joined it a little bit too late. So that was Good Morning Britain this morning. What else have I got here? Martin and Gary popped round yesterday. In fact, loads of people popped round yesterday. It was like open house here, dear. Open house. Everyone came round. Martin and Gary came round, my brother-in-law and nephew, to do a little bit more work on the floor. Nearly done. Yesterday they came round and put this sealant stuff underneath the front door to stop the rain coming in. And they also, where the veranda meets the caravan, okay, like that, and there's the door, it seems that the water comes across this little bit of artificial grass and then kind of builds up, and that's why it's coming in the door. So they've also cut a little bit there. I mean, very, very thin people. Let me look up and down my chat box. No, I don't see anyone like that here. I mean, Auntie Brenda's thin. Very, very thin people might fall down that little gap. So the reason for the gap is now when it rains, the water will run along there and just go straight down rather than come in the door. So they've actually cut a bit like that. It's only about, I don't know, what do you call it? It's about a centimetre. Maybe 2 centimetres, but that's what they've done there. So now the water will just sort of drop straight down underneath the caravan and onto the ground below. And they put that sealant stuff there. It's got a funny smell to it, you know, that sealant stuff. And he said, just be careful you don't bang the door because you want it to sort of set, which it probably has done by now, but I'll give it a couple of days. And then we'll put the lino back down. There is part two of the video, gang. My brother-in-law does videos at several channels. This particular video will be on the Butler's Empire channel. Just go on there, and the latest video is part 2 of the caravan repair. Okay, that went up last night. All right, just to let you know that. So that was good. My sister came round as well. She bought me made me a nice cheese and sort of salad roll with homegrown tomatoes. And little I don't know if she grew the cucumbers or not. Ever so small. The cucumbers, the size of the cucumbers, it was like a penny piece. Tiny little cucumbers and lots of them, which was absolutely delicious. And cheese and onion crisps. We like cheese and onion crisps. So that's what I had. And then we went for a little bit of a walk out. And we didn't go too far. We went along the river. And we saw Eric the goose. And 2 of the children, great nephew Harry and great niece Evie, they're fascinated by this goose. And last time it didn't really come towards us. This time it spotted us, and I said, "Okay, walk slowly over there, but keep your distance, and then just stop." And I sat down on the grass, and this goose come waddling over, out there. Now and again, it opened its mouth. There was no sort of keep back noises or anything like that. Doesn't come right over to us, but it comes very close and then just starts eating the grass around us. Yeah, so they were quite pleased with that. The goose coming fairly close to us. Eric the goose, great big thing it is. It lives outside someone's houseboat. Just the river, which is just a few minutes walk from here. The river along there, they've got moorings on there and lots of boats tie up there. One of them in particular seems to be permanently there, and it's done out ever so nice. I must get a picture of it for you. It's a long, I think they call them a narrow boat. It's quite long, and on top it's got it all sorted there. He's got about 4 solar panels. He's got a wind turbine on the top, which is like it's not like fans like that. These are like sort of 4 I don't know where you would say. They're like that shape. These things are like that shape, and there's 4 of them. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. And when it's windy, that turns around and makes their electricity. If it's sunny, the solar panels take over. Yesterday it was sunny. In fact, there was no wind at all yesterday. The thing wasn't turning at all. So they must have some sort of battery storage facility or unit on that boat, and that's where they get all their electric from. and they have all plants out the top. Whoever's boat it, I know the bloke from saying hello just to walk past now and again. You know what I mean? But they have all flowers on the top. Ever so pretty is this boat. So I must get a picture of that for you. And we came back here, and that was it. Last night was quiz night. Nice quiz last night. Quite a few people playing again. I hope you enjoyed yourselves last night. Foolishly, I got one of the answers. I didn't get one of the answers wrong. But you see, the current affairs round, I now write myself. And since I've been doing that, people get a lot more points. It was just too difficult, the thing I was buying in. I don't know who set some of these blooming questions. But, you know, when people are doing a quiz, they want to get some of them right. Otherwise, they go. You know, otherwise they go. And the question I'd written down was, this is the current affairs round, you see. I write the stuff down. Throughout the week, I'll watch the news and I think, oh, that's good for a question, and I'll write it down. And then come Tuesday, I've got 10 questions here. Easy. And one of the questions I wrote down was, which 3 countries are the latest to join the UK's quarantine list? Right? So that was which countries last week were the latest to join the UK's quarantine list. And the answer I wrote down was Switzerland, Jamaica and Switzerland. So I'd obviously missed out. I'd put the Switzerland twice and hadn't put the last country. So it was a sudden rush to try and find out the answer. And of course, I think sometimes when you're rushing on the internet to do so, you find nothing. And I couldn't find it. And Shania sent me a link to a newspaper article. Unfortunately, it was a Guardian newspaper article. And we don't read the Guardian. I can't bear it. It's so anti-UK. It's unbelievable, that Guardian. It is. It's so anti-British people. You can't make it up. Seriously. But she sent that, and a couple of other people sent the answer, which was the Czech Republic. So that was that. So I think... but I couldn't really take that because I wasn't sure myself. So what I did was I said, well, if you've got Switzerland or Jamaica... 2 points, 1 each for one of those, and whatever your third country is, give yourself a point, just in case I got it wrong. Never done that before. Naga Monchetti doesn't do that on BBC Breakfast, as pointed out by Mark Bowles. She don't get it wrong. Do you know why she don't get it wrong? Because it's all written out for her, dear. They're just reading off a script, these people on the telly. I was surprised this morning, again, watching Good Morning Britain, and Piers Morgan on there. And he was talking something about, what was it now? Strictly Come Dancing. Strictly Come Dancing. And he said, have you seen my moves? At which point a rap song came on. Da, da, happy birthday, happy birthday. Da, 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 with the tune of 50 Cent In the Club. Okay? And he mentioned it, and the music played straight away. And I thought, hang on a minute, I thought that was all ad-lib. No, doesn't look like it, because you couldn't have pulled up that piece of music as quickly as that. He literally said, have you not seen my moves? At which point the music played straight away. So I'm going to have to assume that that entire show is scripted. Probably the rows as well he has with the delightful Suzanne. She's all right, Suzanne Reid. She's not Naga, though, is she? She hasn't got that beauty, that Naga. She's absolutely beautiful, Naga. She really is. Anyway, so that was Good Morning Britain, and they were talking about Strictly Come Dancing, and one of their people's going on it. I can't remember what her name is. Nice girl, long black hair, dark skin. Not black, just Asian dark skin, I think you would describe that as. Perhaps a little bit darker than that. And beautiful black hair this girl's got. She's going on Strictly. And he's going on about winning, and Suzanne's there. It's not about the winning, it's the taking part. Same as the quiz, dear. It's not about the winning, it's the taking part, isn't it, eh? You couldn't believe it last night. I'll come to your messages in a moment, boys and girls. All right, thanks very much for those. You couldn't believe it last night. So we're doing the quiz, right? And at the end of a Tuesday night, we always give away one of our pens, okay? By form of a raffle. We have a live raffle at the end of the show. Everyone gets a ticket and you do it. So I've done this raffle, right? Everyone's got their ticket and we got the bowl out and we pulled a number. And no one claimed. And as no one claimed, certain people started claiming on the off chance that they had the number. That ain't all, I'm afraid. Are you taking a mick or what? For Christ's sake, they only got the number 5 minutes ago. They haven't bothered to write it down, have they? So they start claiming. Next time that happens, there will be punishment. People will be sent out of the room for a cup of tea. I'm telling you that now. It's outrageous. It really is. Anyway, the test will come with the door that's now been repaired. Next time it pours down with rain, will I fill up with water or not? As I say, I've already rung up Sylvie this morning. There was some gurgling noises coming out of the toilet this morning, which has happened before. And apparently, what happened before, the old bloke, he didn't come round here, actually. We've got a lovely old chap. He fixes everything on the site. He's got to be into his mid-60s, I would say. And he just does everything on the site. And last time, the gurgling sounds coming out the toilet and the drains, and a slight smell coming up there with it as well, I must say. It's a new pump. There's a new pump which is further into the site somewhere, and he literally says he has to lift it up, give it a shake, and put it down as well. God knows what down that drain. I dread to think. Now, talking of karaoke, I came across this story this morning on CTV News, which I think is Canada. I'm pretty sure it's Canada TV News. Now, there's a lot of karaoke fans here. You know, that became my main job when I gave up the DJing. I had a lovely career DJing, you know, over 30 years. Some of the big clubs in London as well. Heaven, you know, Heaven. I DJed there for, I think it was about 4 years there, 4 or 5 years there. I can't remember. Place in Blackcap, 18 years there. The one in Clapham, 18 years. I tended to hold on to my jobs for a long time. I was lucky, you know, really. And then I moved on to karaoke. I mean, I started the karaoke while I was doing the DJing. And then when DJing I didn't really want to do it anymore, to be honest. I did more karaoke. And we love karaoke. And I've said, you know, it's probably one of the last things that will go back in pubs because of the way you sing, you know. You could probably, as I said before, you could probably do a karaoke night and have someone on the stage, either with glass or plastic screen in front of them, or even like a shower cubicle type affair, where you would go in the cubicle on the stage and sing to your heart's content. You'd have a microphone there with a screen in front of it. That would work. The problem is the rest of the crowd, because when you get a song that everyone wants to sing, like the one I use is always Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. Everyone wants to sing it. Or something by Frank Sinatra, you know, My Way, something like that. Everyone bursts into song. Robbie Williams, Angels, any of those. And everyone starts singing. How do you control that? Answer, I don't think you can. Not unless you put everyone in the shower cubicle, and that's not going to work, is it? What's the point in coming out? Well, as proof of that, in this CTV News in Canada, in Montreal, at least 30 cases of COVID-19 have now been linked to a karaoke bar in Quebec City, public health authorities said on Tuesday. The outbreak has provincial officials reconsidering the steps they took to limit people's partying within bars. They banned dancing, for example, but not karaoke. The situation at the Le Kirouac, the Le Kirouac, but Kirouac. How the hell do you say that? Kirouac, Kirouac bar, is worrying with 30 cumulative positive cases of the virus, said the public health authority over there in Canada. The outbreak, which began at the popular karaoke spot, has now spread beyond the people who visited a bar in late August, where the original transmission, they reckon, happened. It says our ongoing investigations also show the virus is circulating in the community, but they reckon it came out there. The cases linked to the bar jumped by at least 10 in the last day. On Monday, 20 new cases have been confirmed. This is in Canada. I know it's, you know, miles away and all that, but that's why I think the karaoke thing will be one of the last things to go, or the last things to come back, you see. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You know, And I can't see that happening anytime soon, to be honest. Karaoke coming back into bars. Even with the screen, it's the people around. They don't want to sit there in complete silence, do they? They want to talk to each other. They want to join in a little bit with the singing. Now and again, a row will break out, and, the lads will start shouting at each other. Oh, you nicked my drink, or, oh, you're looking at my birds, or you're looking at my fella. Something like that it'll be, won't it? And then a row will break out and fights start happening. It's just what happens in pubs, always has done. But there we go. All right, let's say hello to some of you in the chat box this morning. And a very good morning also to our silent... where are we now? Let's have a look. Our silent viewers as well, sitting there quietly at home watching the show. Good morning to you. Jason Hughes, first one in the chat box this morning. Morning, Jason. Michael Pullman. Morning, Michael. Gary Davidson, hello to you. Diane Jebb, greetings. Stephen Petty is in his big old lorry, sat in a break on the lay-by off on the motorway. Are you? Having a cup of tea? Little Greg's pasty or something like that. Greg's vegan sausage rolls. Lovely. Very, very... I hope it's not a dead animal you're eating there, Stephen. Is it a vegan one? Hello to DSLDG2. It was playing along, as always, at the quiz last night. Hello to you. Good morning to Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Denise has sent in some pictures, some beautiful pictures of her craft work. Just 2 pictures from Denise. If you'd like to see those, we will require this morning 25 likes. That's asking a lot, actually, isn't it? 25 likes. But funnily enough, I don't think we've ever asked for likes and not got to the number. So there we go. Denise Andrews has sent in 2 beautiful pictures of her craft work, which I've got to show you in exchange for 25 likes. How do you do the like? Well, underneath the YouTube screen, if you're watching on a computer, there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Click the thumbs up, that's a like. Okay, easy as that. And on your mobile phones, there's a way of doing that as well, although I'm not sure how to do it, okay? Why do we ask for likes? Do we require numbers? Not personally, no. But what it does is it helps the YouTube algorithms find the show and then kind of push it up the list for more people to watch it. That's the reason for it. I'm not... I don't worry too much about likes and things like that. You know how some of the youngsters go into absolute turmoil or anxiety attacks when they don't get likes for a photograph that they put up. And they're always going on about that in the papers now, aren't they? So-and-so uploaded a picture of herself and immediately got 7.6 million likes. Wow, whoopee-doo. You don't need someone to verify that your picture is good. Just upload it and forget it. The reason we ask for likes on this channel is that it gets your kind of show a little bit higher up the list on YouTube and more people notice it. That's what that's about, all right? Good morning to Sherry, DMP. Morning, Sherry. What's your latest video, Sherry? I haven't seen you this morning on there. Feel free, if you've got your own YouTube channels, anything like that, then put it on there. And I'll tell you what else I thought about last night, is that if you have a YouTube channel and you bring out a new video, why don't you send me an email to the usual email address there, and we could have a little section each morning where we say, and on Sherry DMP's channel tonight is... I don't know, going for a walk in the Tower of London. Or something like that. I'm not quite sure what's happening with Gary Owen at the moment. He's still not back yet after he had problems with his computer. But Gary, he could send me an email and saying, oh, in my show tomorrow, I will be also going to the Tower of London and chopping people's heads off. Either that or Afghanistan, one of the two. So that's a good idea, isn't it? Do you think? I have a little section telling you what's on other people's videos. Just send us an email there and I'll be very happy to do that every morning. Could become part of our little bit of fun. All right. Good morning to young James Humble. Good morning to you. He's back at... I assume you're back at school now, are you, James? Morning. He's 15, James. Morning to Diane Jebb. Leslie Ross. Hello again, Leslie. Was playing the quiz last night, weren't you? You did all right, darling. Morning to Mick Davenport. Joseph McDonald. Nice to see you again, sir. Morning, Joseph. Are you in Spain or London now, Joseph? He travels all over the world, young sir. Morning, Daniel Woodhouse. Adam the plumber's there. We've got the gurgling sound happening in the toilet at the moment. Hello to 2 tickets, Gary Ross. Park Nest is there. Good morning, Park Nest. Daniel Woodhouse, meteorological autumn. That shows the seasons go with the months. So is there another autumn? I just don't get it. Don't get it. Morning for things, fun things to do with tech. You put a hole in your floor. Yes. No, that was actually drilled, that hole. That hole. Video number 2 is up now. Okay, part 2. I think there's either 3 or 4 parts altogether. Part 2's up now on the Butler's Empire channel. The Butler's Empire channel. Morning to young Mark Bowles. Morning, Mark. Gillian Anderson was on the X-Files. Yes, correct. Let's just scroll down a little bit here. 1 moment, please. Joseph went swimming this morning at 6:30 for the first time in 5 months. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, Joseph. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that would bring us nicely onto another little story I've got here. As you know, I've been putting on the weight here. It's not through lack of exercise, because I do walk a long way. Like today, I'll be going out for a walk after the show today. I'll probably walk anywhere between 4 and 5 miles. This morning, I'm going to walk to and from Tattershall Bridge from here. So I'll come out of here, turn right, walk along the path, go kind of round up a little steep path, and there's the river, and I'll walk right along there from one end to the other to Tattershall Bridge. I also, I do a little bit of litter picking. I quite like doing that. It makes you quite proud to sort of do the walk and then pick up a couple of cans and that, and then when you walk back, there's nothing, just beautiful countryside. And I hate it when people spoil the countryside and drop their blooming rubbish all over the place. It does my head in. Absolutely does my head in. And you know that a couple of weeks ago I took it upon myself to start clearing up places that I go to, and I've already done that. It's completely clear now. I ended up with about 5 complete carrier bags full of rubbish. I didn't do it all in one go. I'd go up so far. When that was full up, I'd come back. So the next time I went up there, I managed to do that distance, and then I would start again. Anyway, cleared it completely. Driving back the other day from my sister's, I noticed 2 items that had appeared since I last cleared it up. So I go and do that walk today, and it also gives you a purpose for the walk. You're not just going out walking, although that is an exercise thing, right? You're not just walking. You're going out to do something. And it goes so quickly. I can be out sometimes hour and a half, 2 hours doing a walk, by which time you get back here and I've done 4.5, 5 miles. And I feel great. And you've picked up a little bit of rubbish as well, right? But the weight, it's just not going. And it's in places where I didn't used to get weight. It's like, and this discomfort I've got here, I've had a while now. The doctor gave me some anti-inflammatories. It's done nothing at all. There's no lump or anything like that. And now and again, it feels like feels like someone stuck a pin in there, literally like that. Ooh, like that. And you move, and it goes. It only lasts about half a second, if that. Right? I don't know what it is. I think it might be something to do with fat gathering there, possibly. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But the thing is with the weight, I'm convinced, Joseph, right? I used to go swimming virtually every day. And I've done that since I was about 30 years old. So I've done the swimming for 27 years, okay? There was a little break when I got quite ill about 11 years ago. I was just constantly tired, and then we found out what that was, and it was something to do with my blood. So that's looked after. So that's all under control. But the swimming, I haven't been swimming now for 6 months. And although I'm walking, I'm not doing this. And I'm not doing this. And I'm not kicking my legs up and down. And I think it might be something to do with that, this pain here. A muscle perhaps there that has been used a lot over the years and now isn't doing anything at all. It's all very well doing the walking, and I do walk at sort of speed, unless it's really hot, But on the LBC website this morning, a little article written by E.J. Ward News, it says, if you can't swim, then learn. Caller urges the public to get fit, as he tells LBC how he uses exercise to manage his diabetes in weight. Gordon from Ilford called to speak to Eddie Mair. Have you heard Eddie Mair on LBC? Oh, he's great. He's really good. He's really good. Eddie Mair, who came, of course, from BBC Radio 4, didn't he? He came from Radio 4 and joined LBC, and he's been there now a couple of years. He's got a great show. It's every day between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. He talks about all sorts of stuff on there. Gordon from Ilford called in to speak to Eddie Mair to say that a nurse had advised him to take up swimming to help him shed weight. The caller said the nurse told him, "I'm more worried about your weight and your diabetes than I am about COVID." The caller said to the nurse, he said the bottom line was that he'd been swimming since the pools opened up again 5 weeks ago. Ready for this? And that why he doesn't enjoy it, he feels good for it. Now, I've got to tell you, all that time I've been swimming, since I was 30 years old, there were days when you think, oh, I can't be bothered to do this today. You know what I mean? If some of the boys and girls here will go down the gym. I know you do. Gym wasn't for me. I got completely bored. I tried it 3 times going down the gym. It is the most boring thing ever. And all the alpha males in there, all the alpha males, they make that noise, don't they? Like that. What's all that about, eh? Noises of exertion. And it just wasn't for me, the gym. But I found swimming and I loved swimming. But there were days, especially if it's like really cold outside. You don't want to go out, do you? Oh, I don't know if I should go out today. But I'd get on my bike or walk to the swimming pool. And let me tell you, when you got in that pool, you still didn't want to do it. And you started swimming. When you got out of that pool, there was not one single occasion where I thought, I wish I hadn't done this. You feel great. And I am missing that so much, not going swimming. This bloke, he says, in 5 weeks, that's all he's done, 5 weeks, I feel a sense of achievement, he said. Added, my belt has gone down 3 notches, while several of his neighbours have commented on his weight loss. That's just in 5 weeks. Gordon reached out to listeners and said, if you can swim, go swimming. If you can't, then take lessons. Health bodies suggest swimming vigorously for an hour burns around 800 calories. And of course, as well as the calories, you're moving. There's too many people who just sit in an armchair all day long watching the telly. It ain't no good. Especially if you're retired. Especially if you're of an age, sort of over 50, over 40 actually. Over 40, sitting in that chair ain't going to do you any good. My father, when he retired, he kind of fell into the armchair and he didn't go for much longer, you know. Whether or not it was that, I don't know. But I'm convinced that you should keep moving, especially if you go over sort of 40. It says the advice comes as the NHS is set to encourage diabetics to try soup and shake weight loss plan. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Do you? Drinking shakes. There's nothing to chew on, is there? You know what I mean? So we've seen these weight loss shakes before, like a packet of powder or something like that. Packet of chemicals, and you pour it into this plastic mug and mix it up, and that's a meal. No, a meal is when you put something in your mouth and chew it. It doesn't have to be a fatty piece of steak. You know, it can be something lean, like, I don't know, a piece of chicken or carrots and things like that. Yeah, you've got nothing to chew on, have you? Got to chew on something. Anyway, they've got some sort of NHS soup and shake weight loss plan on there, which I think is good. But swimming, swimming is great. And I'm wondering if that's something to do with why I'm putting it on now. I don't feel I'm eating more. I'm certainly not eating the same as I was on the slimming one. But it's not massive amounts, Trouble is, a lot of people don't help either, when they comment on it. You know how they comment on it? They comment on it or something like that, don't they? You might have like a Mars bar. You might have a Mars bar in front of someone, and then you'll be talking about trying to lose weight or something to someone. Oh, well, what about that Mars bar you had? Someone will say to you. Oh, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but you had it, and then something else, and then mention something else that you've had one of in the last 2 weeks. Silly, isn't it, eh? But there we are. So that's the swimming thing there. And you've also got to do something about your food as well, really. You can't just... exercising on its own is no good if you don't do something about what you're eating. They always told us that at Slimming World. But the very fact that I'm not swimming, I think that was probably keeping it down. And although I go out walking, I doubt very much that you use as many sort of calories walking as you do swimming, I would imagine. Although they're a different set of muscles, aren't they? My feet don't hurt anymore. My feet used to really hurt badly when I just started doing this walking further and further. But yeah, it might be something to do with that. So thanks for that, Joseph. Hope you enjoyed your swim. There's a pool near here, Woodall Spa Lido. I think you've got to book in. I think I'm going to see if I can do that actually. After I finish the show, I'll see if they've got any slots up there. You have to book in. I think they can only have like 8 people in the pool at any one time, and it gets busy there. Although that'll be closing soon. It's only open for the summer period. Let's read some of your messages, more of your messages this morning. Good morning to John Parrish. Morning to you. Excellent job, Martin and Gary, done on the flooring. I didn't assist. I did offer to assist with the DIY yesterday, but for some reason I was turned down. I don't know why. Shocking. Gary Ross, Jeremy wearing the 1970s brown suit at a karaoke night. You know he would. His brother's in trouble, isn't he? He's got a £10,000 fine. Did you see the brother? Jeremy Corbyn's brother. Jesus Christ, he looks worse than Jeremy. Absolutely no idea how to dress whatsoever. Who are these people in your lives? God, so did you see him? What a scruffy urchin that is. Surprise, surprise, he belongs to Extinction Rebellion. Oh, wow, let's go round the houses and stick ourselves to lampposts. That's clever, isn't it? Especially if you want to go number 2. Boris would sing that song, Snap. I've got the power. I've got the power, that one. Let's have a look there. Fun things to do with tech. You get a vinegar smell when it's proper silicon. Yes, and I am. There is a bit of a smell. It's not an unpleasant smell, to be honest, but it's not the same smell that was coming out the drains this morning. Who else is there? Good morning to Mike Rees Ponto. Hello to you, sir. Morning, Mike. Mandy Davenport in the house. Mandy is, of course, in charge of pain and suffering on this channel, gang. If you're a naughty boy or girl, we do send Mandy round to deal with you, and she's always standing by. She also can dish out punishment of her own accord. She doesn't need me to ask her to do it. She's watching at all times for you to misbehave, okay, my loves? I'm surprised you didn't pipe up last night, Mandy, when people started claiming the raffle ticket because they thought they'd won. They saw no one. A shocking state of affairs that was last night. Shocking state of affairs. In the end, I decided not to give it out as punishment. No, we didn't have the person who won. The person who won last night at the raffle. Where is the ticket? It's there somewhere. Ticket's there somewhere. But they didn't claim, so there we go. Doesn't matter anyway. Back in the pot for next time. Good morning to Fran Green. Hello to you. Tony King joining us there. Gavin Bass. Good morning, Gavin. Thank you as always, Gavin, for doing the tweeting this morning. Gavin's in charge of twittering on this channel. Morning to Jeff in the caravan next door. Jeff and Linda are in the house. Good morning to you. They're literally right next to me. They probably don't even need the sound on, actually, on their televisions or computers. They're probably just listening directly with the door open. Morning, Jeff. Did your toilets gurgle at all last night, Jeff? My toilets were gurgling away. My toilet was gurgling away, and the drains last night wasn't that. It's not that loud, but you can hear it, and the water moves up and down. There's a new pump round the corner. The same thing happened a few weeks ago, so I've rung him and left a message anyway. Morning to John Aitken. Max George from The Wanted is doing Strictly. He's very cute. Is he? I don't know what he looks like. What's his name? Max. What is it? Max George. Let's have a look at him. Max George. See if he's a potential other half, is he? Images. Max George. Oh. Can't find anything with him. I'm sure that's not him. I put Mac. Hang on. Max. Max George. Let's try Max. Oh, there he is. No. Oh, He's a little bit too preened, isn't he? No, not for me, I'm afraid. No, not for me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's cute bum John Aitken is with us this morning, boys and girls. Hello to Luke Trott joining us today. There's Dr. Gregorian. Good morning to you. Paul and Lou. Who else there? Let's just scroll up there. Ooh, that's jumped all the way up there. Sorry, trying to get all your names in there. I can't always read all the messages, but I do try and get the names there. Yeah, you should have seen them last night, Mark, all trying to claim this. There were 3 of them trying to claim the raffle prize because they didn't write the numbers down, or they were actually claiming for someone else. Oh, it must be this person. It must be this person. I haven't written the numbers down. Literally. And the weird thing is, you know, they were given the numbers, and like I suppose no more than 3 minutes later we were doing the raffle. How can you have forgotten in that short space of time? Nah, it's not on, mate. Not on. Let's just scroll down there. Have you got called Scottish Widows of your park nest? What's that? A pension thing or something like that? I'm with who's my pension with? Royal London, yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they? Scrolling down. Good morning to Christopher Woodhouse. Hello to you. We got 25 likes, so I'm going to show you the pictures in a second or two. That the delightful Denise Andrews, who is head of ducks on this channel, will be coming up for you very shortly when we get down to the bottom of the list there. Colin K. Good morning, Colin. Hello, Diane Jebb. There she is. There, Diane there. Sherry. Oh, there she is. Sherry DMP. Her latest video, Sherry DMP. She's got her own video channel, boys and girls, if you want to check out her video. She does quite a lot on there. She's always got a smiling, happy face. She says, my latest video is walking in Hampsterley Forest with our neighbour and her cute dog. I also make coleslaw and leek and butternut squash soup. Coleslaw soup? What? I must admit, I don't know if I like the sound of that. How do you make soup from coleslaw? I'll have to watch the video and find out. That's fascinating. I've never heard of someone making coleslaw soup. Leek and butternut squash, yeah, but coleslaw? Wow. Wow, I'm not sure about that one. Anyway, there we go. It's at Sherry DMP. She started vlogging in June, all right? So have a little look at her channels there. Can you come do Jason Street, Chris? Better bring a skip. How rude for my tat. Scrolling. Thank you very much. I'll have a look at that, John. Hello to Mark Bowles. We're getting stuck here a little bit, aren't we? One moment. Let's just scroll back down there. Let's see if we get to the bottom there. Mark Bowl is not swimming yet. All those bodily fluids, not for me. Don't you like swimming in other people's bodily fluids, Mark? I think I'd quite like to swim in your... It doesn't matter anyway. Paul... Morning to my nephew. There he is. Scrap It Man. Again, another video channel from someone there. Scrap It Man is a channel on YouTube. Morning to Steve Carter. Another beautiful day in Lincolnshire. It certainly is out there. The sun's come up. The only thing is, when the sun comes up, this room I'm in here heats up really quickly. I'm okay at the moment, okay? But I will get really hot in here in about half an hour's time, and I'll have to push the door open. I try and keep myself with... I have all the doors closed, the bedroom, the bathroom, the living room, and this one, in the hope that my sound doesn't get out too much and upset any of the... neighbours. The one behind me is watching the show, but the ones next to me, I wouldn't want to, encroach on someone's peace and quiet, really. So I do try and keep all the doors in here closed like that. There's no loud noises in here other than my voice. I don't know how far it carries. Oh, Sherry, I beg your pardon. No, Sherry's made coleslaw. I beg your pardon. I thought that sounded a bit odd, Sherry. She made coleslaw, and then on another video, a butternut squash. Okay, I get it now. I did think that sounded a bit odd. Coleslaw soup. No, I'm not having any of that. It's like that, you know, when you go to someone's wedding, that great big bowl of coleslaw bubbling away with bacteria in the middle of the trellis table. If you did, that's the sort of weddings I used to. I never really got the posh hotels. I did a couple. I did, where did I do? I'm going back here 30 years. I used to be a wedding DJ, you know, mobile DJ, rope light and lights on the front there. It was so easy in those days. You just ring up and say, could you come and do my disco? And yes, I can. And then I'd always want to meet the person to discuss perhaps where they want me to set up and what time. I'd always want to meet the person, maybe a few ideas of the music they'd like. And that always impressed them. I'd go around and meet people, and then I say, well, let us know. And said, no, we don't need to do that. We want to hire you. The reason being is that I used to go around and meet them. I'd want to meet them as soon as I got that phone call, as quickly as possible. And they would say, yeah, well, we spoke to other people on the phone, and it was always a bit of a, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, well, do you want to come and meet us? No, not really. I'll just turn up. I went the extra mile, and I got the work. I worked every week. Richmond Hill Hotel. I did that one. That was a nice place. That's probably, is that probably the poshest one I did? Yeah. My weddings and birthdays tended to be in local scout huts and social clubs, that sort of thing. Yeah. It was good doing it though. It was good doing it. Oh, there's that noise. There must be something up with this phone. Morning to Maureen. Morning, Maureen. And good morning to Steve Petty. Stephen Petty, he's just sent me something through there. Let's see what he's sent through there. 1 minute now. He's just sent in a picture of an image. What's he got there? Oh, is this outside your van at the moment? Oh, you've done one of those panoramic pictures, haven't you? Yeah, that's what he can see at the moment. I hope you're not driving and watching the show at the same time, propped up on your dashboard. That's shocking. You're not, are you? Do you know this phone is so far away from my equipment? I wonder if it's because it's such an old phone. Maybe I could try and... Anyone got a second-hand iPhone 6 or above that I could have? You know, I'll give you a pen. I'll give you a pen for that. Is that a good deal or not really? Take your pick there. John. Will Young was plugging his book To Be a Gay Man this morning on the BBC. I might read it. Oh, dear. What for? You don't need a book to tell you how to be gay, do you? Or any of the other stuff that they bring out. Oh, I don't think so. I don't really watch that. Mark Bowles, was the ticket mine? Oh, I forgot. I don't know. I chucked them all away. No, I didn't actually. They're all in here now. They're all in here. Did you get your ticket last night? I can tell you what your ticket was, Mark Bowles, last night. Were you playing last night, actually? Were you along for the quiz? I can't remember now. I don't know where it is. There's so many tickets in here now. I can't be bothered to look for these, dear. No, we're not looking for that. I can't be bothered. Okay. Right. Excellent. Oh, you were joking, are you? I should think so. I don't think you need any help. Not with that cute bum of yours, John. You know how it is, mate. John Parrish is getting jealous. You always promote Sherry's channel, but not mine. Oh, I'm feeling left out. Oh, I'm feeling left out. Me. You should be glad that I'm promoting your wife's channel. Dear me. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Good morning, Michael. Perhaps if occasionally you took the time and effort to put a little message and tell us what's on your videos, you might get the same treatment, lovey. I can't read your mind. You don't expect me to go running after you and collecting the information. She sends it through. Look, she sends it through. She sends it through, dear. John and Sherry in the Philippines, that's his channel. Oh, so many people find getting missed out, darling. Isn't it, eh? There you go. So what's in your latest video? Perhaps you'll tell us. Then we can promote it. Parkness, the only wedding disc here I did was my aunt's mother's sister at a conservative club in Bradford. Wow. There we are. Right, come on, let's do some stories. Woman has created... Oh, no, hang on. I meant pictures first, because that'll lead nicely on to our next story. Denise has sent in a couple of pictures. Just a moment now, my loves. Where's there? Denise, there we are. She says, hello, well, you did ask, so here are pictures of the bauble wreaths and boxed Christmas cards. So here we are. Is this the same ones you sent before, Denise? There we go. Look, she's made those. Isn't that good? Always amazed at the talent people have to sort of make things with their hands. Look at those. I think I've shown those before, haven't I? Bauble wreaths, which Denise Andrews has made there. And I believe, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, Denise, you sell them for charity, is that right? Which charity do you raise money for? And there's the little box things. Aren't they lovely? And if you do anything like that, lovely. Thanks, Denise, and thank you very much for all your likes this morning, so that I showed those to you in exchange. If you've got anything to send in like that, anything at all, as always, gang, short videos, please don't send any more than 2 pictures in at a time, because it just gives me so much to do. Sometimes, it's okay, sometimes, you know, people will send in 5 pictures and they're the only ones to send anything in, and I could do that. But I kind of think to myself, well, if I show 5 today of someone, and then the next day I might have 3 people all sending in 5 pictures, and I'll choose 2 each, and then you'll get the old, oh, but you showed 5 when it was so and so. Why are they getting preferential treatment? That's what I've learnt. That since the chat box, I have learnt so much about doing a live show, and that is to absolutely give no one any preferential treatment whatsoever, or it would look like that, because everyone else starts throwing their toys out the pram, you know. Oh, you did this for them, why won't you do it for me? And all that. And I also learned, once you've set a rule, you have to stick to it rigidly. Absolutely. Because when you don't, oh, but you let them do that, why aren't you letting me do it? And it's all a bit like that, really. You know. So please, no more than 2 pictures at a time, and I'll choose to. Denise indeed did send in 2 pictures, and she raises money for cancer charities, a local hospital daughter who works there. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated there. Anything you want to send in, there it is. Just a couple of pictures at a time, or maybe a short video as well. I can do that. All right, there you go. John has seen your pictures there, Denise. So he would like to support your charity and buy a couple of things there, okay? Denise said, I thought I sent different colours. Oh, you might have done. It's a while ago now, Denise. But anything else you want to send in, Denise or anyone else, that's the email there. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. It can be anything. It can be anything at all. Maybe you've gone out for a walk. You know, you've taken a picture of a river and you quite like the picture, or a sunset. Anything at all you want to send in, please send it in, and I'll be very happy to do that. All right, my loves. Excellent. John, why don't you speak to me like you do to Mark Bowles? Because I don't fancy you. Did you need to ask that question even? I mean, look in the mirror, love. Look. Mark, I think someone's getting a bit jealous there, Mark. Because Mark is fit. And he's, you know, he's young at 37. He's fit and young. You're not. There you are. Well, don't ask the question then if you're offended, dear. I think you're feeding me today. You're making, you know, that sort of comment makes the job a lot easier sitting here, I must admit. So we saw Denise's wonderful talent that she makes things, and it does require talent doing this. You know, not everyone can go out and choose the right coloured baubles and put them in a nice circle and stick them on. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I could do it, but it wouldn't look anything like hers. Let's have another quick look. It wouldn't look anything like that. If I did it, it wouldn't look... There would be a box and there would be something, possibly some shells or something. Do you ever collect shells when you was a child? Did you? Did you collect shells? Great niece Evie. There you go. You see, look how beautiful. That requires a talent to do that. Even the placing of the different colours. You see, look at them, how they're all kind of spaced, you know, properly and all that. I could do something like that, but it wouldn't look like that. It would look a bit haphazard. It requires talent to do that. Great niece Evie, she collects stones. She likes coloured stones. I think we might be going to the beach. Well, actually, Gary, my nephew, he said, "Oh, we're going to Skegness tomorrow, probably on Thursday." Oh, right, okay. I said, "What time do you want me there?" "Oh, no, you won't get invited. I'm just telling you we're going." How rude. Very rude. But she collects these little stones when she sees them on the beach. Little shiny stones, that sort of thing. And shells and that. And probably, perhaps one or two of you, when you were a child, you used to get these shells. And you'd put them in on your bedroom windowsill, or maybe stick them on a bit of card or something like that. And it takes a great... Anyone can stick shells on a card. What it is making them look like something, which is what Dee's done with her stuff there. And there's another lady in the metro this morning. Woman creates amazing artwork using pieces of toast during lockdown when she's been sitting there bored. It says working from home means you've got a little more time and space to be creative with your lunch. And one university worker has really gone all out with the break time creativity by creating works of art from pieces of toast. This lady, a human resources business partner at the University of Portsmouth, began turning her daily lunches into works of art to amuse her colleagues while working at home during the pandemic. Her first piece was based on the Scream by Edvard Munch. Is that the one with the Anyone want to take a Photoshop shot of that? Here you go. You ready? Here we go. The Scream, the one with the big mouth. Is that the one? And I'm going to show you some of this stuff she's created on toast. But probably the pictures tell the story better than the actual story, to be honest. So let's take a couple of pictures of this. You'll be amazed what she's done with toast. You can do this. You could do this. Look at this. She's done that with a piece of toast. Isn't that amazing? I'm not sure. I don't know how good the colouring would be for you. Sorry about that light there. There's not a lot I can do with that. It's just how it is, okay? And she's done another bit here with those. Now, what are those things called? I can't remember what they're called now. They're like little bread things, and they're really salty. You get them in America. And you'll see the thing at the top there of this piece of toast's head. She's got a little thing on there. Look at that. That thing at the top there. What are they called? You get them in America a lot. They're very, very salty. Just bread things, aren't they? That first one was called Starry Night. The one I've just showed you there it's a self-portrait, it says here. She says that she's 56, so a little bit younger than me. She's from Portsmouth. At the beginning of lockdown, and with my monthly visits to the National Gallery on hold, I thought I'd try to transfer the art I was missing to toast. She says it's tricky to match the original, especially to keep the scale and make sure that it's edible. So she's got this one here, Snow Falling in the Lane. Here's another one. These are fantastic. Oh, hang on, I've done that wrong. These are fantastic. Look at this. Toast. It's a piece of toast. You'd feel guilty eating something like that, wouldn't you? Snow Falling in the Rain. Let's do one. Here's the Scream. Yes, absolutely. You can see that that's the Scream. I wouldn't even need to tell you, and you'd know that. You know that picture, the Scream. Like that, yeah? Look what she's done. Isn't that great? It's fantastic. Again, talent. The talent. That's what we should have on the... And then you've got on the telly Gemma Collins. That's not talent, is it? Where is the talent? All it does is F off this and F off that. I'm an effing star. Dreadful. Apparently, this lady was inspired by food art she saw in Japan when she visited the Rugby World Cup last year. She said, I don't have the same skill or patience to do that at that level, but with galleries closed for months, I wanted to try and combine my passion for looking at art. I wonder if there's loads more. So that's in the Metro this morning. I'm going to just put the link on the chat box. Sorry, those of you silent viewers, but you can watch the chat box. Those of you that are silent viewers, you can actually watch the chat box if you want without actually chatting. If you don't want to, I understand. A lot of people don't want to get involved in the chat there, but that's it. Pretzel, thank you very much, Steve Carter and Denise Pretzel. That's that bread thing that they eat in America, isn't it? Just like a mini pretzel. I think you get packets of those, can't you, as well? Like crisps, small packets of things like that. Thanks very much for that. Let's have a look. Parknest. Oh, do you have a channel as well? He's got dash cam cameras. Well, tell us about the channel. As I say, if you've got stuff that you want mentioned, you run a channel, tell me the name of your channel and tell me what your latest video is, and I'll be very happy to read out those every morning if necessary. Why not? I think we need a bit of cross-promotion going on in here. Martin's been doing it for me on his channel. And you know, I haven't got like thousands and thousands of viewers like he has, but you know, if it allows one more person to watch your channel, yeah, then that's one more person than you didn't have, and it's all about numbers, isn't it? Trying to get your numbers up a little bit, you know, well, not so much about numbers, but getting your message out there. If one person watches your channel because of something and then I've said, then I'm very pleased. Then that pleases me to be able to do that. Cross promotion, that's what we want to do. Cross promotion of channels there. Mick Davenport's been busy blowing up cash points, apparently. I do like it. You know, when sometimes you see an article on the news and thieves or robbers have gone to somewhere and removed a cash point with a van or something like that, but they've not been able to get it open. I love stories like that. I mean, how thick must you be to go to all that effort and not be able to get the money? Dear me. Fran was told when she was young not to play with food. Well, funnily enough, when my mum done my dinner, Fran, she'd bring out, like, sometimes, and I don't know why, I just didn't, it was all right as a little boy, but as you get to a teenager, I think mums continue to do these things, don't they? And you think, why has she done that? Do you know what I mean? And she would bring out my dinner. The potato, she'd about put a face on it. The sausages would be the eyes, and there'd be a mouth made of baked beans or something like that on the plate. And I wouldn't say a word. She must have been so disappointed there. Good. Parknest mainly does car stuff, automotive, and includes dash cam videos. Very good there. All right, excellent. Right, some more stories for you, boys and girls. We've got our daily bingo game a little bit later. That's right at the end of the show. And, of course, we've got birthdays and things like that coming up. Galaxy chocolate chip cookies. I've never heard of those. Have you? Now, we're starting to heat up in here. It's getting really hot in here now, I must say. Galaxy chocolate chip cookies. I don't think I've ever had them. But anyway, there's a story in several of the papers today, as it happens. This is the Daily Mail's take on it. Galaxy chocolate chip cookies placed not only the best chocolate, but the best biscuits. The best biscuits, that's what it says here. The headline is Galaxy, where is it now? It says, there's one thing that unites most households across the country, and that's the biscuit tin. Now, I don't know about you, I can't have biscuits in the house because they all get eaten. A packet will be opened and they go, so I can't have biscuits in the house. Don't we love biscuits? Chocolate biscuits, chocolate fingers. Oh, God. Gorgeous. Good Housekeeping Institute has carried out a blind taste test to reveal the best biscuits on the market. What are your favourite ones? And with categories such as rich tea, chocolate chip cookies, bourbons and custard creams, as well as chocolate and regular digestives, there's sure to be something for you. Galaxy's chocolate chip cookies, £1.99, placed not only best in its individual group category, but also the overall winner of the best biscuit test. Now, I've never had those. I don't think I've ever seen them. Meanwhile, the top-rated infamous sandwiched biscuit went to Marks and Spencer's custard creams. Oh! Mmm! You like those, don't you? Oh, custard creams. I regularly sit there eating the entire packet, or used to. And you can get the double packet, can't you? You know, or is it a triple packet? Where the packet's like this, and there's like 3 rows of them in the packet. Custard creams. Oh. This was the Marks and Spencer's custard creams, which were also the second highest ranked biscuit in the competition. There's actually a picture of the Galaxy ones, and you know that bit at the bottom that says all the calories, and it says each one cookie contains 113 calories. Don't sound that much, does it? Then you have 5, and then you have 10. Look at that, and everything's in the red. Fat 6.1 grams, saturates 3.2 grams, sugars 7.3 grams. Everything's in the red. So one cookie gives you 16% of your daily allowed saturates, according to that thing there. They scored an impressive 91 out of 100 with the blind taste testers, putting it down to the renowned Galaxy chocolate flavour. I like Galaxy chocolate. My friend, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who we lost last year, we've just had her 1 year anniversary of her passing. She used to bring me in a massive, great blooming big thing of chocolate every time she comes to the karaoke. Not the big one, the giant one. It was this big, and I could polish that off in 5 minutes. I kid you not. I mean, I really piled. I got to 14 stone there. Mind you, I'm not far off it now, to be honest. About 13.10 at the moment. I would like to be 12. The judges couldn't come to a joint decision with Aldi's Belmont Rich Tea Biscuits and Asda's Rich Tea Biscuits scoring joint first place in another category there. However, the cheapest winner was 29 pence a pack was Aldi's Biscuits, which placed highly thanks to their comforting malty flavour and gentle sweetness. Aldi Biscuits, you get Aldi chocolate biscuits for like 30 pence. I think it's about 30 pence and little as well. And they're nice. You go to the BP garage. Don't go shopping in BP garages if you can absolutely help it. A packet of McVitie's digestive chocolates in there is something like £2.20. And you go to Aldi, their own ones, a little bit smaller, admittedly, but their own ones, there's something like 30p a packet. How do they do it that cheap? You kind of wonder, you know. A favourite in many households across the nation, the top-rated custard creams went to Marks and Spencer's, 35 pence for 200 grams. That don't sound right. 35 pence. Is that all they charge? It turned out they were a great all-rounder. Fantastic. Bourbon biscuits. The winners of the Bourbon biscuits. I'm not a favourite of the Bourbon biscuits. Tesco's Bourbon creams were the favourite ones there. Marks and Spencer's milk chocolate digestives. There you go. McVitie's digestives took the crown for the plain digestive. I'm not surprised that they are quite nice. So there we are. Biscuit prizes. What's your favourite ones, eh? What's your favourite biscuits there? John Aitkins on a sugar-free September. I'm missing my sugar in my tea and my cookie already. Actually, John, after 2 weeks, you'll be used to sugar not in the tea. And then you'll put sugar in the tea and it will taste horrible. It will. I stopped. Oh, blimey, I must have been about 14 years old when I stopped having sugar in my tea. My mum stopped putting it in there. Mum, can I have the sugar? No, you're not having sugar in the tea anymore. And within a couple of days, you were used to it. I don't add sugar or salt to anything at all. Nothing. Not even mashed potatoes. Nope, won't put any salt in that. Sometimes put a bit of cheese in it and mash that up. But then it starts sticking to the side of the pan and all that business, and you've got extra to wash up. You had to rub harder with the scrubbing thing, didn't you? There's no dishwasher here, not in the caravan. My neighbour next door, Jeff next door, he's got a washing machine in the shed. I haven't got anything like that. I'm only here a week at a time, then I go back down and do my washing at home, don't I? Jason Hughes, chocolate hobnobs with a cup of tea. Mick Davenport, homemade cookies. Mick Davenport, head of baking on this channel. He makes biscuits. Yes, he's sent pictures before. Steve Carter, he likes the bourbon creams with dipped in your coffee. Well, I don't like bourbon creams or coffee, I'm afraid, Steve. You clearly do, though, right? Mix chocolate chip cookies every time for me, says Mandy Davenport. Audi do a great chocolate hobnob biscuit, says Denise. Michael Lawrence, morning, Michael. Michael works in Waitrose. Chocolate chip cookies, Maryland. Yes, I've had those before. Fran likes the Maryland chocolate chip cookies as well, when they had hazelnut in. Have they taken out the hazelnuts? Maybe they run out of nuts? Oh, John Aiken's getting all upset. Stop talking about biscuits. You can't have those biscuits, John. Not if you want to hold on to that cute bum of yours, darling. It starts spreading out. That's what's happened to mine. Here, do you want to look? No, okay then. Please yourselves. Custard creams is John's favourite. I think actually, John, it's either custard creams or chocolate biscuits for me, yeah. Very nice. Good morning to Daniel Holmes this morning, joining us there. Hello, Daniel. And talking of food stuff, honey, it's a bit of like of a wonder food, honey, isn't it? I try and now have a spoonful of honey every day after reading stuff that it's supposed to be really good for you. Well, they found something else that honey's very good for. In the Daily Mail again this morning, compounds found inside honeybee venom can help tackle aggressive forms of breast cancer without putting healthy cells at risk, a clinical study has discovered. And of course, men get that as well as ladies. Ladies more so. Terrible thing, breast cancer. I've known a few people who have passed because of that. Experts from the University of Western Australia used bee venom from 312 bees found in Perth, Western Australia, Ireland and England as part of the research. The team tested the effects of venom on different types of breast cancers that have limited treatment. They found it rapidly destroyed tumours and cancerous cells. Before this study, nobody had compared the effects of honeybee venom or a component of the venom called melittin on cancerous and normal cell types. Researchers were able to extract this stuff from the venom, recreate it, and then use it to kill up to 100%, all of it, 100% of cancer cells without having an effect on normal cells. Isn't that fantastic? The Australian team found that the synthetic product mirrored the majority of the anti-cancer effects of honeybee venom. So they would look at this honeybee venom stuff and then kind of sort of take it apart and discover what chemicals make it up and then make the same stuff with chemicals, I suppose. It was able to selectively and rapidly reduce the viability of triple negative breast cancer as well as other cancerous cells. So there's another benefit of honey there. The story's a lot longer than that if you want to read it. It's in the Daily Mail this morning. But we often hear these stories about honey, don't we? And how it's good for you. And I thought it was just the Manuka honey, but someone, I think it was in the paper, no, it doesn't have to be Manuka honey. Manuka honey is very good at one thing. I think that's isn't that antibacterial? And I don't know if you know, but sometimes even in hospitals now they have these kind of honey bandages, right? I think the honey is impregnated already into the bandage. I don't think they go out and get a jar of, I don't know, Sainsbury's honey and spoon some of that on and put the bandage around them. That would be horrible and sticky, wouldn't it, eh? And isn't it horrible when you get a bit of honey on the side of the jar and you put it back and it's all sticky now. I can't bear it. I can't stand sticky hands, can you? John, if my bum was a bungalow, it wouldn't get a mortgage. It's bigger now. Well, you have to get a bigger mortgage, love. That's how it is. Face masks. You're using your face masks. You know you've got to go on planes and things like that. Not everyone is sticking to the rules, are they? And some of them are getting into trouble. I'll come on to that one in a moment. But in the Sun this morning, masks with valves and clear plastic shields do not stop the spread of coronavirus, experts now have claimed. Well, what's the point then, you know? Cloth and surgical masks that are plain in design are more effective at reducing the risk of COVID-19, a new research has found. Now, I've got a mask. It kind of looks like a duck's beak, actually, and it's got a little valve on the side. But it says here that the ones with valves don't stop it, so I don't know. Because the valve is supposed to only open when you breathe out, isn't it? Is that how it works? I don't know. It says clear plastic shields. Now, you've seen those. The lady actually at Martin's the newsagents in Bracknell, she's got one of those, and she wears it behind the post office counter. She doesn't have anything on her mouth. She's just got this like shield that is kind of around her head like that, and it's down in front of her face. Now, I would imagine something like that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Because the virus, they said the virus was heavier than the air, so it sinks down. If someone sneezes, okay, it comes out so far, but surely you would think if you've got a mask down like that, if it hits that, it's not going to go in, is it? It can't go under and up. Or you would assume that, unless they're not telling us something. I'm sure they're not telling us an awful lot about this thing anyway. Clear plastic shields and masks with exhalation valves have proved popular, but researchers wanted to understand how effective they are. Scientists in the US found masks with an exhalation port, so that's that little thing on the side, I've got one on my mask, allow a large number of droplets to escape through the air valve unfiltered. So if you've got the virus, it doesn't stop them coming out. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They warn that this makes them useless at stopping the spread of the virus if the person wearing the mask is infected. Okay. Now, I thought it meant coming through the other way. I thought, well, those valves, surely they're one way, aren't they? They don't let anything in, but they let stuff out. You know what I mean? The team, interestingly enough, the team also found plastic face shields can block the initial forward motion of a simulated jet or of a cough or a sneeze, but the expelled droplets can then move around the visor with ease and spread out over a large area. Interesting. It says, and then it goes on about students. As students return to school and universities, some have wondered if it's better to use face shields as they are more comfortable and easier to wear for long periods of time. Yeah, of course they are, because you're not getting... The trouble with these masks, and even the ones with the valve, which I've got, when you breathe out, you get the warm air blowing back at you, and it's uncomfortable, isn't it? It's uncomfortable. Really is. It says, but what if these shields are not as effective? You would be essentially putting everyone in a tight space with droplets accumulating over time, which could potentially lead to infection. So that's interesting, that is there. But it doesn't say anything if you've not got anything. Is that like valve mask stopping you getting in it? Surely it would do, wouldn't it? You know? Interesting item there, really. People with COPD and asthma usually wear facial... Well, I have asthma, Fran. I wear a mask. It doesn't stop you breathing, those masks, really. Mick could tell you that. I think he said something like that a few weeks ago as well. The mask doesn't stop you breathing properly. If in your head you decide that it's stopping you breathing properly, it will come across like it is, believe me, because sometimes when I put that on and I'm walking around in the shop, I think, I can't breathe properly under this. But you can. It's in your head. Because if you put that notion out your head and start talking to someone or doing something, you forget about it. No, you haven't died on the ground because you've suffocated. It's working perfectly all right. I don't think it does stop you breathing in. I really don't. But I'm sure there are people with various medical conditions who would find it difficult to wear something like that. But these people that are in the papers, I ain't going to wear a mask, and they all apply, I don't have to wear it. And they make a thing of it, don't they? You know, when you're talking to them in the street, they make a thing of it. I don't have to wear a mask because I've got this and they gave me permission. It's like a thing. Okay, take the risk then. Go on, off you go. Can't be bothered with you. Can't be bothered with you. But you need to wear them on planes. And if you don't, woe betide you. Because in the Sun this morning, a man was, I beg your pardon, in the Daily Star this morning, a man was escorted by police off an EasyJet flight travelling from Luton to Glasgow with the passenger given a caution by police after the plane landed on the tarmac at Glasgow Airport. A disruptive passenger. Why can't people just blooming well behave themselves? You're on a plane, sit down, shut up and do what you're told. Why are there so many disruptive people now? Have you noticed that? So many, they don't want to do what they're told. I'll do what I like when I like. There's so many of them around now. Disruptive passenger was escorted on an EasyJet flight by police after he refused to put on a face mask with the moment caught on video. So there's always, be warned, boys and girls, if you're one of these people, believe me, there's someone always close by you now with a mobile phone who will happily take a video of your outburst and upload it somewhere, and it will come back to haunt you until the day you die. Which is very worrying about the videos that I'm making at the moment, but there we are, right? Hang on, I better just check my text message phone. I must remember to do that. Skegness tonight. Oh, we're going to Skegness tonight, Gary says. Thank you, Gary. Oh, I'm looking forward to that now. I'm so looking forward to that now. Skegness tonight with the... I love it. I just like walking along the beach. I really do. I love it. And it won't be busy tonight because everyone's gone back home now, haven't they? It won't be busy. Hopefully the chip shop will be open. I look forward to that. What time, Gary? Anyway, back to this story. There's always someone waiting to video your outburst, believe me. The man who has not been identified was removed from the plane by police at Glasgow Airport after arrived from Luton. So he'd done the journey, had he? In the clip, which was uploaded on Twitter, police officers walked down the aisle before stopping next to a row of seats and asking two people to leave. Take your bags, an officer tells them. Firstly, a man with dark hair walks out of the row, followed by a woman with long blonde hair. Let's see. Well, I can't really see them. I want to see how old they are. It tends to be... in my experience of DJing in places and things like that, it tends to be young women who are the biggest problem. Lads, generally, if you tell them to calm down, usually they will. Unless they're off their heads on some sort of drugs, in which case they start rowing and throwing their little fists all over the place because they can't control themselves. It does seem to be young, older women, fine. You know, once you go over... I don't know, sort of 32, they're much better. But it's like these... I don't know why that is. It says, both passengers appear to be wearing face masks by the time they are told to leave the plane. Too late, mate. You know what's happened. They've seen the police and quickly put... Too late, mate. You've done the damage. Police Scotland told the Daily Star online a man was given a recorded police warning in connection with a disturbance on the flight. The passenger refused to abide by new rules stating that all passengers must wear a face mask while on board. I mean, they've told them. Why don't they just do it? What's the problem? I'll do what I want when I want to do it, this couple here. It's not clear if the woman who left the plane was in the company of the disruptive passenger. An EasyJet spokesman said EasyJet can confirm that police attended the flight and dealt with this. And then it says all passengers are supposed to wear a face mask. It's... I must say, certainly for me... to wear a mask on a plane for, it would have been less than, about 45 minutes that flight, I would imagine. No more than that, really. But if you're going like on a long haul, anything sort of over an hour, you just imagine going to Australia and having to wear a face mask all that time. That's asking a lot for someone, but that's what you have to do. You know, I think I would really struggle with that. You know, I might be going into the toilet and taking it off. Not that it's affecting your breathing, but you kind of, it's a long time to have something on your mask, on your face like that. And bearing that in mind, you just imagine all those people working in the NHS over this period, which is continuing, of course, and they've got to wear this stuff for hours on end. How do they do it? So I do think it's a lot to ask for someone to wear a mask. The answer, if you don't want to do it, don't get on a plane then. Don't get on one. It says EasyJet's cabin crew are trained to assess and evaluate all situations and to act quickly and appropriately to ensure the safety of the flight and other passengers is not compromised at any time. He said the incidents are actually rare. The incidents are actually rare. So, yeah, got marched off the plane. I mean, how embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that? It's lovely to have the head of YouTube with us this morning. Scrap it, man. Good morning to you. Mick Davenport says these younger people think they're indestructible. Yeah, but didn't you think like that, Mick? I did. I thought it was indestructible. I'm going to have to open this door. I hope my neighbour can't hear me too much, but it's so hot now. Oh, hang on, I've got the other door open. Just a minute. Let's close that door. I don't like to disturb people if I can possibly. Hate disturbing people, don't you? I was walking around the site yesterday, actually, and there was some bloke with a radio outside, and I thought, what about your neighbours? Do you know what I mean? What about your neighbours? Consideration. That's what people haven't got anymore for each other, consideration. I like to think I've got consideration for people. Fran wears her United Kingdom mask for shopping. Exactly. We did have a little run. My sister made them with her very own hand. She made United Kingdom talk masks. We had a few of those a few months ago now, wasn't it? We had a bit of spare. She had a bit of spare material, so she made those, and we gave those away and sold a couple of. Did we sell any, or were they all prizes? I can't remember now. Parkness says you can't beat the feeling when you take the mask off and breathe the fresh air. Absolutely agree with you. We do it when we go shopping. Me and my mate. I usually go shopping with my mate back down in Bracknell to Lidl, or sometimes Aldi. And you walk around there. We always choose a quiet time. 9:30 at night we usually go. The last half hour of the shop. Sometimes we can be in Lidl in Crowthorne it is actually. And there's no one else there. Just us. Just us and the staff doing the shelves and all that. And we walk around. We always still have the masks on. And then we take them off outside. And it is a relief when that fresh air comes through there, doesn't it? Steve Carter, his wife, works at the NHS. Her face is red war when she gets home from a 12-hour shift, Steve. Oh, well, you thank your wife for all of us. What does she do? Is she in the casualty, or what sort of part of the NHS is she in there? Just as a matter of interest. Mark Bowles won't be here for the bingo. He's got a visitor. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Is that a fact? What sort of visitor is that? I hope it's not another male visitor. Your wife, she seems to be able to accept me okay, but a second one? I think that's taking a mick, really. Just imagine that, John. Someone doing two people at the same time. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking what goes on this channel. John wears a filtered cloth mask. He's used to it now. Okay. Fran, amount of people I see without a mask or under their chin. Now, I saw something about that one, Fran. It's all very well having that mask on, right? And then people come out the shop and drop it. They just leave it on, drop it under their chin. And then they pull it back up again. And this thing on the telly said, if you do that, so while your mask is on there, okay, that's stopping this stuff come in, right? But it might be hitting your chin, okay? This stuff. If you put your mask down there and pull it back up, you've pulled it back up. And it's now right in front of your mouth. Even worse. It looks like I've been dumped by Mark. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. How about this for a shallow bride? What a horrible bridezilla this is. In the Daily Mirror this morning, a bride-to-be who has admitted she had reservations about asking her childhood best friend to be her maid of honour has been slammed for the awful reason why. What do you think of this young lady, people? The anonymous woman explains that her and her friend, who have known each other since they were babies, have always talked about being involved in each other's weddings growing up. You do, don't you? Hey, ladies? She said, I'm choosing my bridesmaid and I really want to ask her to be my maid of honour. Even after the woman moved away a few years ago, the pair kept in contact despite not being able to see each other very often. But now the time has come. The bride is having second thoughts. Why? When she discovered that her friend had developed a large cavity on her front tooth, she took to Facebook to ask users, am I shallow for worrying how the photos will look on the big day? Isn't that awful? Why is anyone obsessed with how a photo looks? Aren't they? On a similar subject, there was a story about cats a while ago, this cats rescue place. And people go there and adopt cats out of the goodness of their heart, and they want a cat and all that business. But they always have trouble getting rid of the black ones, because apparently the black ones don't look as good in pictures, so no one wants them. Isn't that awful? We had a beautiful black cat. I had a lodger 20 odd years ago. Lewis, he was all right. And he had the most beautiful, friendly, loving black cat. Great big thing it was. Khan, his name was. We called him Khan, Prince of Darkness. He was a beautiful black cat, completely black. Now, people won't get black cats because they don't look so good in photos. I think it's dreadful. And here she is. She doesn't want her mate in this because she's got a bad tooth. Shocking. She said while she adores her friend, she admitted, I don't want to look back on pictures and have that in there or have my family judge. I don't think I'd want you as a friend then, really? She adds, I don't know what to do and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But it's not just the bride that's worried about the photos. Her fiancé is too. Oh, what a cad. The woman added, my fiancé is concerned too. Do I ask her and hope it isn't noticed? Do I not ask her and risk the friendship? You blooming well notice. You blooming well ask her to do it. So what if she's got a bad tooth or a tooth missing? I mean, you know. Has she been on the Jeremy Kyle show at all, has she? I can't believe those people actually exist. People that have been on the Jeremy Kyle... One tooth in their head, haven't they? Wow. That's awful. One person said, people are exactly why I'm so hung up on the idea that people everywhere are judging me for every tiny flaw. Oh, you want to come on this chat box? You want to come on this chat box with some of them? Ow! Your collar's slightly out. But I'm surprised no one's mentioned that this morning. Well, it won't stay up. My collars won't stay up for some reason. I don't know why. I ordered some of these little plastic things which arrived, and then on the instructions it said, insert these into the collar, and there's nowhere to put them. I thought they just went here, you see. But no, you're supposed to have some of the shirts have got bits in there where you can put something plastic to hold it up. These haven't. I'll probably do better. You know the bit of cardboard that comes with a shirt and it goes under there, doesn't it? And round before you take it out of the packet and wear it. I'd be better off to hold on to some of those, I think. Someone else added to her post, I don't give an F what my friends look like at my wedding. I just want them to be happy and have a good time and celebrate with me no matter what. That is awful. A third added, can't she smile with her mouth shut? Try and smile with your mouth shut. Here's my normal smile. Here's a mouth shut smile. Don't work, does it? Oh, God, that's just horrendous. Wouldn't want to go to her wedding anyway. If she thought like that about me, I absolutely wouldn't want to go to her wedding, would you? Jason says dogs are more loyal than cats. Are they, Jason? Are you very loyal to your wife, are you? Are you loyal to your wife? Oh dear. Good morning to Peter Palaroda joining us this morning. Gary Ross says cats are boring. You must be joking, Gary. Have you ever seen a cat as a kitten? Have you seen a cat as a kitten? They're just on another planet altogether. They are absolutely on a planet altogether. All right, ghost towns. You see those on the telly sometimes, ghost towns. These actually exist in the UK. In the sun this morning, deserted roads and silent estates have become all too familiar scene across the UK as the virus pandemic keeps us all cooped up at home. Just last week, British people were warned city centres could become ghost towns if workers keep staying away. But all over the country, there are already a vast number of abandoned villages whose residents will never return. These already exist. In fact, many were evacuated as a result of a different and much deadlier pandemic, the Black Death of the 1300s. Peter Paliwoda was around at that time, I believe, weren't you, Peter? There are thought to have been over 3,000 deserted medieval villages in England alone, but there are also much more recent examples of ghost towns in the UK abandoned for entirely different reasons, from the giant port town drowned by the sea to the southern villages seized by Churchill. Here are some of Britain's most chilling ghost towns. Tyneham, Dorset, Tyneham in Dorset. And there's a picture here. This place has stood empty since 1943. Now, there's actually rather a lot of pictures. I'm just going to show you one. There you go. You kind of think to yourself, why would no one want to be there? Yeah, we are. It's a ghost town. There's no one there. How weird is... I didn't know such places existed. And inside this place is a school, right? And this has been left exactly as it was all those years ago in the Second World War. Look at that. Ghost towns. I never knew such places existed. It says in the story, with the fights for survival against Hitler reaching a fever pitch, Churchill needed to land to train soldiers ahead of the coming do-or-die invasion of Europe. And that's why, just before Christmas 1943, 225 residents of the sleepy village of Tyneham in Dorset were ordered to temporarily leave. The town was near to a military firing range, and with new and powerful tanks needing to be tested, the little village was too close for comfort. Before they left the town, one resident nailed a handwritten note to the door of St. Mary's, the village church. Please treat the church and houses with care. We've given up our homes where many of us have lived for generations to help win the war to keep men free, it read. We shall return one day and thank you for treating the village kindly. And there's lots more pictures, but they never did. They never came back. A compulsory purchase order for the land was made in 1948, making the village the property of the Ministry of Defence. To this day, Tyneham is part of the closed Lulworth ranges where live ammunition tests for tanks and other armoured vehicles are conducted. It's a ghost town. No one lives there. Another place here, Imber in Wiltshire. And again, more pictures similar to what you've just seen there. The picturesque town of Imber in Wiltshire suffered a similar fate to Tyneham. Its residents were ordered to leave in 1943 in order that American troops could use the village to practice street fighting ahead of D-Day. Albert Nash, who had been the village's blacksmith for 44 years, was found by his wife sobbing over his anvil, you know, that thing they use to make stuff with, a couple of days after being told of the eviction. It was a bombshell dropped on the villagers. The elders were called together for a meeting in the schoolroom, and when it was told, it was a complete surprise. Albert was very upset, and it hit him very hard. He moved to Bishop's Cannings near Devizes. I don't know where that is, but he had lost the will to live and only survived 4 or 5 weeks. It's a ghost town. The 155 evicted villagers were scattered around the Salisbury Plain and made repeated attempts to go back to Imber, even in the 1970s. But to this day, the town remains part of the Salisbury Plain training area, reserved for drilling soldiers in urban warfare. It's now open to the public, only for a handful of bank holidays throughout the year and at Christmas. Wow. Ain't it weird? There's one a bit older, going back further here. The village in St Kilda. Now, I must admit, when I saw St Kilda, I thought, oh, it's somewhere in the Caribbean. No. It's a string of islands off the coast of Scotland. It's ours. I've never heard of such a thing. This one's really old. Okay, really old. I'll do a picture for you again. Looks lovely, actually. You can't see... The houses are mainly dilapidated, but you can see a couple of roofs on two of them there at the bottom. Can you see that? Look at that. So that's going back some time there. It says it's thought that humans happily lived for 2,000 years on St Kilda, which is a remote a selection of islands around 100 miles off the Scottish mainland in the North Atlantic Ocean. Be cold there, I would imagine. Cold there. Always cold in Scotland. On the largest island in St Kilda, the entire population was evacuated in 1930. The locals were plagued by illness and crop failures and opted to be resettled on the Scottish mainlands. Cattle and sheep were taken on boats too, but the island's working dogs were all drowned in the bay. How sad is that? St Kilda stood untouched during the Second World War, save for 3 planes which crashed there. It wasn't until 1957 that people returned, when the Ministry of Defence used it as part of missile tracking range. Always seems to be Ministry of Defence, wasn't it, there? Nowadays there are no permanent residents there, but Ministry of Defence staff. National Trust for Scotland staff and scientific researchers can be found in small numbers. The very last living native St Kildian, Rachel Johnson, died in 2016, 93 years old, after being evacuated when she was just 8. Wow. And there's other places there as well. Absolutely fascinating. And I never knew such places exist. It's quite a long story there, boys and girls. If you want to read that one, it's in the Sun. I'll post a link again onto the chat box there, just in case anyone wants to have a look at that. Absolutely fascinating. Fascinating. All right. How are we doing for time? Oh, it's blimey. It's 26 minutes past. It goes so quickly, the time, doesn't it? It really does. Very quickly. Then I think we got... we'll just do one more story. I'll ignore that other one. We'll do one more story. You'll be very pleased. You're going to be able to patch bottoms again, boys and girls. Have you missed doing this? Asda. Yes, Asda. Asda is... Oh, this will all be over the front page of the Mail. Oh, I was doing my shopping in Aldi and someone tapped my bottom and I didn't give them permission to do it. Oh, I've got anxiety now. Let me go to my safe space. Be like that, wouldn't it, eh? Asda is bringing back its famous bottom pat TV advert 43 years after it first aired. We haven't seen that for some time, have we? It's coming back. Bum, bum. Who was to slap my bum? Would you like your bum slapped? Who wants their bum slapped? Hands up, come on. Come on, who wants their bum slapped? Celebrities such as Julie Waters, well, she's not a celebrity, she's a star. The star known as Julie Waters, Michael Owen and Sharon Osbourne have all slapped the change in their back pockets since 1977. The light-hearted campaign is being relaunched to mark a price rollback on hundreds of Asda products. It will air on ITV on Friday in a break in daytime show Lorraine and will feature the old slogan, "That's Asda price." The bottom pat lasted nearly 30 years, but it was scrapped in 2006 during a rebrand. That included a change of slogan to "More for you for less." That's Asda price returned briefly in 2015 for Asda's 50th anniversary before being ditched again. Who wants their bum slapped? Go on, put your hands up. I'm watching. And it'd be nice to see that back because it's quite funny. We like funny adverts, don't we? We like amusing adverts. I used to like the jingles. You don't get so many of the nice little bits of music now, jingles and that they play on television adverts, do you? I used to like those as well. Oh dear. Alrighty. Come on, gang, let's do the raffle tickets. Who wants a raffle ticket? Anyone want a raffle ticket? Speak now. And I'll sort you out there. What's the raffle ticket for? Someone's going to win one of these, okay? On Monday. Someone will win one of those on Monday. All right. Get these tickets ready. And here we go. Here we go. What is it today? Wednesday, isn't it today? Maureen. Ticket number 893 for Maureen. Fran Green, 89... Oops, pen. Fran Green, 894. Diane Jebb, 895. Who's going to get number 900? John says, if I slap my bum, it would be like an earthquake. Quite possibly. Colin K, thank you. 896. Paul and Lou, 897. Michael Lawrence, 898. Tony King, 899. And 900 goes to Jason Hughes. Jason Hughes, 900. Okay. Dr. Gregorian, 901. Gary Ross, 902. 2 tickets, Gary. Jason Hughes, 903. Oh, hang on a minute. You got 2. Hang on a minute. Shut up, Jason. When we're doing the tickets, breaking that into conversation, confusing me like that. Who's getting 903? Gary Davidson, 903. Want a raffle ticket? All you got to do is say ticket, please, in the box there, and I'll do that for you. Daniel Holmes, 904. Or if you're one of our silent viewers, you don't want to go in the chat box, no problem. Just text your request for a ticket in top left-hand corner, 07551 251 675. 07551 259 675 for your ticket. And that will be done for you. Is that everyone? Oh, no. Ross Herndine, 905. 905 for Ross Herndine. Must have missed you out there, Ross. Michael Pullman. Where are we now? 906 for Michael Pullman. Thank you, Michael. There's lovely Denise. Denise Andrews, head of ducks. 907. Thank you, Denise. Excuse me. No, you don't get 2 tickets, Gary. Don't be greedy. You don't want to be... Do you want a cup of tea, Gary? A little bit mouthy this morning. Might have to make you go for a cup of tea if you're not careful. Might have to send you for a cup of tea. All right. Is that everyone there? Is that everyone? Anyone else? John Aitken, 908. John 908. John Aitken, 908. Anyone else? Have we missed anyone else there? Please speak now or forever hold thy tongue. Ba 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 da ba. Paul and Lou. Have we done Paul and Lou? Oh, there's Paul and Lou. I can see Paul and Lou. 897. Anyone else missed out? Please speak now, oh gorgeous ones. And while you're deciding whether or not I've missed you out, hang on, let me check my thing here. I shall do today's birthdays. We've only got 4 birthdays today. Kaydien. Kaydien Tyndale. Have I got that name right? Kaydien Tyndale today is 45 years old. He spends his entire life down the gym and looks fantastic. Happy birthday to you, Kaydien. Big karaoke fan as well. He likes doing the karaoke. Paul Wurzel Shirley. Good morning, Pearl. Paul. Happy birthday to you, Paul. Alan Hooper. Hello, Alan. 42 years old today. One of our Belushis people. Morning, Alan. And Orlando Lion Bolt, again, he comes along to the karaoke sometimes, is a very young 34 years old today. Happy birthday, boys and girls, wherever you are. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. What are people doing anything on their birthdays at the moment? Is anyone sort of going out or anything like that? Celebrating, perhaps with a takeout from the local Chinese or Indian or something like that? Would be all right, wouldn't it? Alrighty. Okay, gang. That's it for the main part of the show now. I know we lose some people here who don't play the bingo, so I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Back tomorrow morning, 8:45. And tomorrow... Oh, it's our super draw tomorrow, isn't it? No, our super chatters draw tomorrow, okay? Someone tomorrow will win one of those. Those of you that have been sending in super chats, £1. Every time you send in a £1 super chat, I'll give you a free raffle ticket. This is a separate raffle to Monday's one, okay? So someone's going to be winning that tomorrow. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this morning's game of bingo. Should all have received your little bingo tickets in there, my darlings. Where are we? Set current game. Haven't done that yet. As always, gang, you need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket. There's the bingo board. All the numbers on your bingo ticket. As soon as you've completed all the numbers, scream at me, bingo, in the chat box, or you can text it in as well on our texting number here. Okay? Top left-hand corner there. We only play for a full house. You need to mark off all the numbers on your tickets. When I see that someone's won, I will stop the game and you will have 1.5 minutes to claim your prize. If you don't claim within 1.5 minutes and we move on to the next number, for whatever reason at all, your claim doesn't get through to me, then you've missed it. All right? Okie doke, here we go, boys and girls. Eyes down for your first number. The prize, as always, is an extra raffle ticket for the chance to win one of our exclusive fridge magnets. Here we go. All on its own, number 3. Ready? Come on, chop chop. All the 3s, 33. All the 4s, 44. All on its own, number 4. All the 1s, legs 11. 6 and 3, 63. All the 5s, 55. 80, blind 80. Who's going to win today, eh? Two fat Chris's, 88. Very hot now. All on its own, 1 click. Number 6. 2 and 3, 23. All on its own, number 9. 8 and 7, 87. 7 and 9, 79. Cheerio to Fran and Michael Lawrence this morning. Bye-bye, you two. Have a nice day. 6 and 7, 67. 2 and 1, 21. 3 and 1, 31. 2 and 5, 25. 1 and 5, 15. 8 and 5, 85. 6 and 2, 62. 5 and 1, 51. 7 and 1, 71. 4 and 1, 41. 7 and 4, 74. Shut up, Gary. 3 and 6, 36. 5 and 7, 57. 6 and 1, 61. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 3 and 7, 37. 2 and 4, 24. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 4 and 3, 43. 7 and 5, 75. 2 and 9, 29. 4 and 2, 42. 5 and 8, 58. 8 and 6, 86. 1 and 9, 19. 19. 3 and 9, 39. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 5 and 6, 56. 8 and 4, 84. All on its own, Kelly's Eye number 1. 7 and 3, 73. 3 and 5, 35. I think they've done the drains. I can't hear that gurgling anymore. 8 and 1, 81. 2 and 7, 27. 6-0, blind 60. 5 and 3, 53. 2 and 6, 26. 6 and 5, 65. 8 and 2, 82. 4 and 5, 45. How's it going? Anyone getting close now? 2-0, blind 20. 4 and 6, 46. 5-0, blind 50. All on its own, little number 5. 1 and 7, 17. 6 and 9, 69. All on its own, number 7. 8 and 3, 83. 1 and 8, 18. 5 and 2, 52. 7 and 2, 72. Boris's Den, number 10. 5 and 4, 54. 1 and 4, 14. And 4 and 9, 49. We have a winner on 49, gang. Let's bring up the bingo clock, and you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your ticket. Who's it going to be? Mike Risponto. Tea-break for Gary. Where is he now? Tea-break for... Oh, where is he now? Oh, Mike. Oh, it's disappeared, that has. Disappeared, that. Who's going to shout bingo? Come on. Dr. Gregorian, Boris Johnson's karaoke song will be I'm a Loser Baby. Thank you, sir. Anyone winning? Come on. And liar about coronavirus. Oh, Paul and Lou are very close to winning a ticket tonight. Come on, we do have a winner. Let me see someone shout bingo. Come on, chop chop. You've only got another 49 seconds to do it. Who's going to claim? Chop chop. We got a chat. Are we going to have a claim or what? Madness. No one claiming? Quick. Got your ticket here. 909 is standing by for you. Who is it going to be? Oh well. Let's move on. We're still looking for a winner, gang. Here comes your next number. Unbelievable. 3 and 2, 32. 6 and 4, 64. 3 and 4, 34. All on its own, number 2, One Little Duck, quack. 7-0, blind 70. All the 7s, 77. We have another winner on 77 this time. Let's bring the clock back up. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. Last number was, what was it? 77. So chop chop. Let's see, 77. Where are you? Good. Hello. Good morning to Heidi Young joining us this morning. Morning, Heidi. Hope you're well today. Sorry, Peter, you missed that. We gave you 1 minute and 30 seconds. Good morning to Shania Steele. She's a secret viewer watching at work. Morning, Shania. Shania, at least you won't fall off the system, Peter. You were late, but you did at least claim. Too late, I'm afraid. 1 minute and 30 seconds is the time you have to claim. Same for everyone else. So let's see if we get another winner now. Chop, chop. Where's that? What's that bit of paper for yesterday? There we are. Thank you. Just a reminder, gang, if you win and don't claim, you'll find that you do fall off the system. Okay? It's no problem. Just let me know if you want to come back on it. Just keeps it nice and empty at the top there. Where are we? 1 minute and 20 seconds, 7 seconds left. Maybe this one isn't here either. Or this one isn't here rather. Peter was a little bit too slow with the claim there, so there we are. Okay. Da 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 da. 2 seconds, 1 second, no claim. No claim number 2. Okay. I must say, I don't think the weekday bingo doesn't seem to be working too well. I must say, we've got a lot of people dropping out, so we might dump the weekday bingo. It doesn't work as good as the other one. All right, carrying on for another winner. Here we go. Eyes down, please, boys and girls. Here we go. Ready? All on its own. One Fat Chris, number 8. And all the 6s, 66. And we have a winner on 66. We might have a couple of winners on 66, actually. Let me have a look there. We've got another. We have 2 winners on 66. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. Let me see you shout bingo. Who's it going to be? Last number 66. Who's it going to be? Chop, chop. Thank you, Gary Davidson, claiming bingo there. We had one more. We have one more claim for bingo, but that's okay. We've got one, so we can stop the clock there and see if the other one claims in a moment or two. Thank you very much. Where's the name there? Gary Davidson. Thank you, Gary. Here come Gary's winning numbers this morning. 2, 4, 14, 15, 24, 35, 37, 43, 56, 57, 60. Last number 66 there for Gary. 72, 85 and 87. Well done, Gary. You get another raffle ticket. Ticket number 909. Okay, Gary. Gary Davidson, 909. There you are, Gary. Okay. Gary Davidson, 909 there. All right. 909 for Gary. And Denise as well. Excellent, Denise. Denise is claiming as well on 8, 11, 17, 25, 29, 32, 42, 44, 52, 63, last number 66, 71, 73, 83 and 84. Denise Andrews, ticket number 910. There you go, lovey. I'm a little bit concerned I'm going to run out of raffle tickets here this week, and I don't have any more with me. Oh, how many we've got left? We've got about 80 left, which may or may not see us through the week. There you go. 910 for you. Write down the numbers, darlings. And that might win you. That extra ticket might win you this fridge magnet, you see. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. All right. Can you call 22? Shall we see how far away it was, shall we? Shall we? Look, here we are. Do you want me to play till the end and you can see where you would have come? Next number would have been 76. Then 48, 38, 40, 28, 12, 22. There it is. Poor Lanu, can I play one card on my own so I can win? We might do that one morning just for you lot. I love it. Let's just get rid of that now. Manage games, delete. There we are, delete. And let's just that's the other one there. Excellent. Good. We're done there, I think. Excellent. And there ends our little daily bingo game and indeed the show for today, gang. Time to go. I'm going to go for my long walk up to Tattershaw Bridge and back today to pick out a couple of little bits and pieces. Perhaps you've got ducks that I could borrow, Denise, that would help me pick up the rubbish on my travels. Is that a good thing? Can you offer me a duck or perhaps a flamingo? A flamingo's good at picking up rubbish. Maybe they are. Thanks very much for joining us, gang. Don't forget, if you want to send anything in or you want to communicate, that's my email address there. Make it a sensible email. Don't send me crap rubbish, please, dear. It gets ignored. Anything stupid, anything that you didn't pay attention to, that you think, oh, I need to ask something. No, not interested. Pay full attention to the show at all times. Otherwise, you get either a timeout or Mandy Davenport comes round to dish out pain and suffering, boys and girls. As you well know. Have a nice day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:45. Looking forward to a little night in Skegness tonight. Just a couple of hours we go, walk up and down the beach. Possibly I may do a second paddle in the sea. Watching out for items of poo that may be floating around me. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.